Erythritol dangers, sugar substitute linked to stroke and brain damage. Imagine starting your day with a seemingly harmless sugar-free drink, only to be unknowingly exposing your brain to potential damage and increasing your stroke risk. That's right, the popular sugar substitute erythritol, found in everything from keto snacks to diet sodas, might not be as safe as we've been led to believe. According to groundbreaking research from the University of Colorado Boulder, published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, erythritol, a sugar alcohol used in hundreds of products, could be doing more harm than good. The study's senior author, Christopher de Souza, warns that non-nutritive sweeteners like erythritol, often thought to be safe, may not be as harmless as we thought. Erythritol, a zero-calorie sweetener that's about 80% as sweet as sugar and has minimal impact on blood sugar levels, has been a go-to for those watching their carb intake. However, recent studies are raising red flags about its long-term effects. One study involving 4,000 people in the US and Europe found that those with higher levels of erythritol in their bloodstream were more likely to suffer a heart attack or stroke within 3 years. This led de Souza and his team to investigate how erythritol might be affecting our bodies. The researchers treated human cells lining the brain's blood vessels with erythritol for 3 hours. The results were concerning. The treated cells showed signs of reduced nitric oxide, which relaxes blood vessels, and increased endothelin-1, a protein that causes blood vessels to constrict. Moreover, when exposed to a clot-forming substance, the cell's ability to produce a natural clot-busting compound was significantly reduced. Erythritol also increased the production of reactive oxygen species, ROS, or free radicals, which can damage and age cells and cause inflammation. In simple terms, if your blood vessels are more constricted and your ability to break down blood clots is reduced, your stroke risk increases. The researchers used a serving sizes worth of erythritol in their experiment, but for those consuming multiple servings daily, the impact could be even more severe. De Souza urges consumers to check labels for erythritol or sugar alcohol and to monitor their consumption of non-nutritive sweeteners. While more human studies are needed, this research provides a compelling reason to be cautious about our sweetener choices. But here's where it gets controversial. Could the widespread use of erythritol and other sugar substitutes be contributing to the global rise in stroke and heart disease rates? And this is the part most people miss. Are we trading short-term health benefits for long-term risks? What's your take on this? Do you think sugar substitutes like erythritol are worth the potential health risks? Let's discuss in the comments. Erythritol linked to stroke and heart attack. Diabetics should watch out. A popular sugar substitute designed for people with diabetes might actually pose greater risks than benefits, according to a groundbreaking study. This revelation has sparked intense debate among health professionals and consumers alike. But here's where it gets controversial. A sweetener once hailed as a sugar-free miracle could be quietly harming brain cells and increasing the likelihood of life-threatening conditions like strokes and heart attacks. In a study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, https://journals.physiology.org/doi/fu/10.152/JPLPY/CL.00276.2025, researchers from the University of Colorado Boulder uncovered alarming connections between erythritol, a compound found in products labeled as stevia by brands like Wholesome, Truvia, and Splenda, and neurological damage. While this sugar alcohol was approved by the FDA in 2001 for its near sweetness without spiking blood sugar, new evidence suggests it may carry significant health trade-offs. The controversy deepens when comparing erythritol to aspartame, a widely used artificial sweetener. Though aspartame has been scrutinized for potential carcinogenic properties by the World Health Organization, https://www.who.in/news/item/1407-2023-aspartame-hazard-and-risk-assessment-results-released, and linked to increased heart disease risks, https://www.ucihealth.org/blog/2022/09/sugar-boost-heart-disease-stroke-risk, erythritol appears to share similar dangers. A 2023 study, https://pubmed.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/368499732, already raised alarms about erythritol's role in stroke and heart attack risks, prompting further investigation. To understand the science behind this, researchers conducted experiments on brain vessel cells. When exposed to erythritol levels equivalent to a single sugar-free drink, the cells showed troubling changes: reduced nitric oxide, which helps blood vessels relax, and elevated endothelin-1, a protein that narrows blood vessels. The cells also release harmful free radicals, which accelerate aging and inflammation, and reacted poorly to thrombin, a molecule critical for preventing blood clots. If your blood vessels become more restricted and your body struggles to break down clots, your risk of stroke skyrockets, explained Christopher de Souza, an integrative physiology professor. This finding is particularly concerning because even a single serving of a sugar-free beverage can trigger these effects. For people consuming multiple drinks daily, the impact could be even more severe. De Souza emphasized the need for caution, urging individuals to monitor their intake of non-nutritive sweeteners. He also advised checking labels for erythritol or sugar alcohol, especially for those with diabetes, who are twice as likely to experience strokes compared to non-diabetics. https://pmc.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/articles/pmc5298897. This research raises a critical question: should we continue to rely on these substitutes, or are we overlooking their potential harms? What's your take on this? Do you think these findings change how we view sugar substitutes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Erythritol, the hidden dangers of this popular sugar substitute. A shocking new study reveals that erythritol, a popular sugar substitute often recommended for those with obesity or diabetes, may have alarming health risks. This sweetener, found in everything from low-carb ice creams to sugar-free sodas, has been linked to potential brain cell damage and an increased likelihood of stroke. But here's where it gets controversial. The study, conducted by the University of Colorado Boulder, suggests that non-nutritive sweeteners like erythritol, previously considered safe, may not be as harmless as once thought. The research team discovered that erythritol can affect brain cells in ways that may elevate the risk of stroke. And this is the part most people miss: the sweetener, which contains nearly no calories and has little effect on blood sugar or insulin levels, has been particularly appealing to those focused on weight loss, low-carb diets, or blood sugar management. However, recent studies have begun to shed light on its potential risks. One study involving 4,000 people in the US and Europe found that individuals with higher circulating levels of erythritol were significantly more likely to experience a heart attack or stroke within 3 years. The Colorado research team set out to understand the underlying factors driving this increased risk. They treated human cells lining blood vessels in the brain with erythritol equivalent to a typical sugar-free beverage and observed alarming changes. The cells express less nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels, and more endothelin-1, a protein that constricts vessels. Additionally, the production of a natural clot-busting compound was markedly blunted, and the cells produce more reactive oxygen species, or free radicals, which can age, damage, and inflame tissue. If your vessels are more constricted and your ability to break down blood clots is lowered, your risk of stroke goes up, explained Auburn Berry, first author of the study. Our research demonstrates not only that but how erythritol has the potential to increase stroke risk. The study's senior author, Christopher de Souza, cautioned that their research was conducted on cells, and larger human studies are needed. However, He encourages consumers to read labels and monitor their consumption of non-nutrient sweeteners like erythritol. What do you think about these findings? Are you surprised by the potential risks associated with erythritol? Will this change your approach to sugar substitutes? Let us know in the comments below.